Wow, Radio CT. Everybody plays a fool.
You know, Pam, we all know music pretty well.
Yeah.
Instruments.
Yeah.
Sarah Dunn is with us. She's coming
Sarah
up in a few
Dunn's
minutes.
here, yeah.
But sometimes you hear these old songs and you think, what was that instrument I heard? Mm-hmm. And the instrument in Main Ingredient, is that a xylophone I'm hearing? I don't know.
You mean the...
Yeah.
Some kind of... What would that be, Sarah Dunn? An electronic keyboard of some sort?
It's like a xylophone, but I don't
Sounds
know.
like a
Is it a
xylophone. I think
xylophone?
that song was recorded
Beep, beep,
before
beep,
really the era of
beep, beep, beep.
popularized
Electronic,
keyboards.
yeah.
Can we play here the beginning of that, Pam?
I don't have it here.
Everybody
It's
plays
already
the
played.
Fool
I have
sometime.
to go find it.
Okay.
You're asking a hard thing
Everybody
to do
plays
now.
the Fool sometime. I can find it. Here, I tell you, you
got it.
you handle that, I'll handle that.
I got it.
All right.
I got it.
Let's see if we can figure this out. Here we go. That's a keyboard. Now hear that?
Yeah, it sounds...
That sounds like a xylophone.
But a xylophone doesn't have metal.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't have metal keys, a xylophone? So this sounds wooden.
What is that?
I don't know.
That's an alien.
Look it up on Google.
Ah, what is that
See if it
sound?
says what instruments are in
I will.
the song.
Dee-dee-dee-dee. I heard piano,
Yes,
horns of some kind.
definitely piano.
Okay.
The
What
main
are
ingredient.
the
What is the
instruments?
main ingredient?
That sound.
It's not a mandolin. It's not a ukulele.
Well,
It's not a guitar.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like when you're playing a guitar below, the strings where they attach to the guitar,
Jeez.
below the humbucker. You know?
Yeah.
Who are you
Tinny
calling?
sound?
The tail.
Who are you calling a humbucker?
Yeah. Below, let's see.
Yeah, it doesn't
Instruments featured. Everybody plays the Fool.
You got it.
This is on AI Overview.
Mm-hmm.
Include piano, electric piano, the Wurlitzer, but that wasn't the electric piano. The bass, the drums, and guitars. Duh.
Beep, 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 beep.
The lead vocals are performed by Aretha Franklin.
Not on that
That's
one.
not on that one, you
No,
dopes.
This, can't be quite
This
right.
one was 1972, main
So
ingredient.
AI
All right.
overview was incorrect.
That's right. AI
So
is
there's a first for everything.
it's artificial unintelligence.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Let's see. It doesn't say. Let's see. The song was nominated for the Grammy Award for Best R&B Song in 1973, but lost to Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
Good tune.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, they don't tell us here. We're gonna have to bring it to an analysis of some
We
kind.
have to buy the album.
Yep. Slow it down.
Look at the liner notes.
Dee 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 dee
Somebody
dee.
knows, can they call in?
Yep.
Well, 1972. I did hear you say the word electric, so
Yeah.
you know, you said, "Oh, there weren't any electric instruments back then."
Yeah. Well, that was back in the golden years when it was just harps and lutes. No, there were electric instruments, but not that. I don't think that was a piano. All right, well, we'll have to go to an expert on that. Sarah?
No. It's interesting. Actually, my dad worked for Hammond Organ.
Okay.
Oh,
And I'm
that's very
thinking-
cool.
It was very cool. And we have or my parents have in their house an organ that he designed and made. And I know that when I was a kid and I would push all the buttons, it definitely made weird sounds.
Was it just the keyboard, or was it the tabs and the pedals too?
all the tabs, all the pedals, all the little things
excellent.
that lit
Oh,
up?
that's
It
great.
was
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
fun. My poor parents
Yeah.
though with the noise.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I miss those days too. Used to go to the mall, watch them play.
An organist?
Yeah, they used to sell organs in the mall.
Really?
Yeah. Used to watch them play there, sure.
And were there also organists at the movie theater?
Well, yeah, back in my day, yeah. Oh, the ballparks, yes. When
Ballparks,
when the
yes.
New York Knickerbockers would play the Highlanders down,
jeez.
down in New York City.
Now that's
Is
a
that when
team
they
with
had
some
the organ
draws.
grinder with the monkey?
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 1:30, 30 minutes after the hour.
It is. We should listen to Mary Lee's today and then have some live music from Sarah Dunn, find out what Sarah's been up to and where she's going to be playing.
Sounds great.
Nice to have you here, Sarah.
It's really nice to be here. Thank
right.
you.
It's great to have you back.
Could you say the magic word?
Also, I just want to mention the cameras are live on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube, our YouTube channel, Wow Radio CT. Click on live, and there you go. Now for that wow word.
Is it please?
No.
No, it's
No.
wow.
Oh, sorry. Wow.
Wow, thanks, Mary Lee Curridley. 72 in Hamden, 73 in Wallingford, outside our studios here at Toyota of Wallingford, 69 in New Haven.
Let's take a look and see what the temperatures are in Fairfield County.
Why don't we?
Why don't we? Right now, it is 62 degrees in Bridgeport and Fairfield. It's 72 in Waterbury and 70 degrees in Ansonia.
Nice day.
Beautiful day.
32 past the hour. Here is Mary Lee's Today for today. Yes, we are WOW Radio CT.
Yes, we are. And these are the stories we're covering this half hour on WOW Radio CT. That sound at the beginning of the old Everybody Plays the Fool for Main Ingredient, yes. Could be a piccolo. It seems like there's people on Reddit saying it could be a piccolo.
Reddit.
I trust Reddit.
I trust Reddit.
Reddit's like the big brother of the internet.
They throw idiots off.
I don't know. I've seen some things on Reddit that I don't trust so much.
Well, I turn on the not safe for work that you can't see those things, so my Reddit stays pretty wholesome.
Okay. All right.
You know, you get these boards where everybody turns it into a political division.
Everybody plays the fool, Brian.
Yep, everybody plays the fool. And, they'll find some way to say you're either a lib or a MAGA person. No, I'm just wanting to know what that instrument is in its song. It could be a piccolo.
Right, and even if you say, I like to eat blah, blah, blah. Oh.
Yeah, Deep State says that.
What?
Yep.
I wish they would.
Yeah.
I would eat something really healthy so everyone in that deep state could just have a proper
I want an apple.
nutritious snack.
All right, exactly. It's got to be nutritious. You and Monsanto taking over the world.
She plays a ukulele. What does she know?
Lib.
Communist.
Why, thank you.
Sarah Dunn's with us. Sarah with an H, I point out.
Yes, thank you. That's
Sarah
the proper
Dunn.
way to spell it.
What was the last time you were here? It's been a while.
Gosh, it feels like it's been a year. A year ago I did.
That's wrong. That's just wrong.
It is. You know, I don't know how it is possible that my kids have been even busier, but now that they're becoming tweens, I am just a chauffeur, and I have no bandwidth to do anything ever.
Just a chauffeur.
Yes.
Your hair is pretty much monochromatic now.
How dare you? Okay,
She's
listen.
got a little,
Whoa,
little magenta going
there's-
on.
A
in
little
there.
There's
magenta.
purple.
Last time the contrast was a little different, a little bigger.
It was a bit brighter. Yes.
Yes.
In the last year I have.
So do you have a color chart of the past year that you could compare it to? Because I could look at it and I know when you were here last.
3 days ago I was bright blonde. And I just got tired of it
really? All
really
right.
fast because blonde is a really hard color to keep.
Sure it is.
And yeah, I mean, I can tell you spent a lot of time
I used to be.
managing your silver. And so I just a couple days ago just made it really dark again to make it easy. So that's one more thing. But yeah, I did start a job about a year.
Did you do it yourself?
Oh, yeah. I do color it myself.
How do you color it yourself?
Magic marker.
Pale?
Well, I watch YouTube videos and then I think I know what I'm doing and I go to Sally's Beauty and I buy
Really?
the stuff and I may or may not, accidentally take home some gloves from work because I work in healthcare. and I try it and then I wash it and then I'm like, what have I done? And then I put something different on top of it.
It takes a lot of quijones
Yeah.
to do your own,
Yeah, there's no
health
way I
and-
would ever have
your,
done
your
that.
Own, your
Oh my
own
gosh.
beauty treatments.
My shower looks like you murdered a My Little Pony.
Yeah.
It is all these different colors, and it's a problem.
I
and
won't
it's-
I won't even trim my mustache myself.
Really?
I'm not good with hedges or anything
Brian
that's
has people. You
three-dimensional.
have people?
You have
I have
people that do
people. I
your
have people.
mustache.
Yeah,
people.
sure.
Mustache people.
It needs a little touch up now. Yeah.
That's really interesting to know that you don't trust yourself to do
Oh, I
your
don't trust
mustache.
myself with anything three-dimensional like that.
Brian says he's not a delicate man.
I'm not a delicate man.
Not a delicate man.
Once I tried to cut my hair with you probably don't. It's like a comb with a razor blade in it.
Like a Flowbee?
Well, Flowbee's different. That's
the
that's
vacuum.
got
That
the
is a
vacuum.
hose.
That's got the vacuum and rotating blades.
Okay, but
This
you had
is a thing that looked like, if you can imagine, something the size of maybe a CD. It has teeth in it, but underneath those teeth is a razor blades. You're supposed to be able to comb your hair with it.
No, I
was
don't
like,
think so.
I was like
Oh.
in 8th grade, and I was rebelling for a couple of years. Didn't cut my hair.
Oh, long hair?
The long
Okay.
hair, yeah.
Wow.
So finally in high school, I said, I'll cut it myself. No.
Sounds
Wow.
kind
Cut
of like
almost all the hair off the right side of my head.
sounds like a blade and a chainsaw, sort of.
Kind of, yeah. In fact, I should have used a chainsaw. It would have come out better.
I'm just trying to imagine what this looks like, that it's
Yeah.
circular with a razor, but you still comb it through your hair, and you would trust a 13-year-old boy to,
Yeah, well, yeah.
to use it.
I
to
tried it on a dog first, then I tried it
Wait,
on
you
myself.
did not.
Oh,
You did not.
You had to.
Probably tried it on your
I'll give
brother
you, I'll,
first.
I'll go one further. I was in
ready.
college, and somebody swiped my electric shaver. I opened it up, and it was full of gray, fuzzy hair. And then one of my
Oh,
roommates
no.
came in, and the cat was missing all its hair on its
Oh.
back and its side. He shaved the cat
With your razor.
with my razor. So
What are friends for?
there's a lot. He was an oddball.
Why did the cat need?
Then he became a science professor. Go figure.
It was
Maybe
at the-
that was part of his,
Maybe, yeah.
you
Shave the cat.
experimentation. What would happen if I shaved a cat?
Well, y'all had an astronomer here yesterday.
We did.
Was that
on the
He was
air.
on the phone today,
on the
yeah.
phone, rather.
Oh,
yes.
on the phone today.
That's
Okay.
right,
Today,
yeah.
Yeah.
Today, yesterday, whatever.
Time is
Close enough.
endless
It's
circle.
a man-made
I hear
construct. Humans made it up. Today, tomorrow, it's all the same thing.
It feels that way. I think post-pandemic,
Yep.
time is like a casserole. It just all smushes
Mush together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes it tastes good and sometimes it doesn't,
It's true.
Do you have a favorite casserole?
depending on what's in there.
Pam, what is your favorite casserole?
A thyme casserole. That's a great question. I can't even tell you the last time I had a casserole.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a tuna casserole. There's the old green bean casserole,
Yeah, that's a Thanksgiving staple.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
which I never made in my house, ever. Well, what about you, Sarah Dunn?
My favorite casserole. My dad makes a green bean casserole. That's pretty
Does
famous.
he?
Yeah, it's really good. There's a lot of butter. I think a whole stick of butter goes into that situation.
That makes everything okay.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia,
Yeah. Well, Sarah Dunn, among other things, has chickens.
I do, and I brought eggs today.
Sarah brought Brian and I fresh eggs from your chickens are named.
Let's see, there's Lorraine Hensbury, and then there's Jane Aust Hen, and there's Madeline LaEggle, Margaret Eggwood. We have Toni Morris Hen.
All
and-
named after authors.
all
Yes.
after authors and poets.
Now,
Yes.
did you come up with these yourself, or did you go to a instruction manual?
Well, I actually crowdsourced it. I put on
You
my
did.
Facebook.
Okay. Good names for chickens.
Yeah, like if you want to do a literary theme for chickens.
Literary chicken figures.
And my friends did not disappoint, particularly my friend Mary came through really strong.
It
with
sounds like it.
Ernesta Hemingway. Would that make sense?
Ooh, that's really nice.
Thank you.
Are you looking some up now?
No,
Brian?
no. That just came to. I'm looking up
Oh.
other stuff.
Yeah, he's looking up sharp objects. I don't know if I trust this whole situation. He's looking at hair cutting utensils. Oh.
Hair cutting utensils with,
Yeah.
with razors in it. See, there's one right there.
Yeah. I don't
It's
know.
a comb with a razor in it.
Yeah.
You never want to use that.
That does not sound like a
No.
smart idea.
Like for a 14-year-old kid, that was cool.
I get the idea of wanting to be more efficient. I
Yeah.
just,
So let's
Yeah.
get back to your chickens. I want to get back
Yes.
to the chickens.
Sarah
What else
Dunn's
do they name?
chickens.
yes, my 6 chickens. They are absolutely delightful.
Do you have any ducks?
No, you're only allowed.
Geese. Only 6, and that's what you
Only
do.
6.
You
That's
can't own a
Only have
duck?
6.
Well, you can, but you can only have 6.
6 fowl altogether?
Yeah. So, yeah.
How did the state decide on 6? What
It's town by town. So Hamden, being
Okay.
more suburban residential, has 6, which is very reasonable. Like if you look at my land and you look at the chicken to land ratio when they're out and about and coming after you in the yard because you're trying to water your garden or something, like it is a substantial quantity of chickens. But then if you get to other,
Does the town of Hamden, the lovely town of Hamden, have a chicken to land ratio? Or otherwise known as a land to chicken ratio?
apparently just a number of chickens.
Acreage per fowl?
I think it is just a number.
Okay.
It's not like a land ratio. But there are farms in Hamden, so
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I've never really looked up past what I needed
Well,
to
it
know.
probably have to be zoned as a farm.
Yeah.
I'm sure Holly will let us know. She's the zoning
That's
officer.
right.
Our
So there's-
producer.
She used to be,
There's
yeah.
a land to cow ratio
Okay.
for sure, because for a while the house behind me was abandoned for a while, and I tried my darndest to buy it. It was in foreclosure. It was like in a reverse mortgage. It was It was impossible to get this house. But I was like, if I'm able to get this house, I could fence in the whole thing, and I could have a cow. And this was something I truly worked on. And this is why we haven't been in touch, is because I am a
Dunn
crazy
Farm.
Yeah.
I'm looking to how to get a cow
Our
in Hamden.
abandoned farms are the greatest thing in the world. I would like to buy one and just stare at stuff. I wouldn't even rebuild anything. I just stare at things for like a year.
Just look at the rusty
Who
tractors.
live there and what's
Yeah.
buried under
The
the,
old
under
barn.
the ground.
I'd want to go look through their drawers.
Yeah,
in the
right,
farmhouse.
Exactly.
How long do chickens live generally?
They live 12 to 15 years,
Okay.
should God permit nothing happen to them.
Yep.
We had
And do they all get along with each other?
they do. They're really good friends. It's very sweet. They like snuggle together. They sometimes will, like, two of them will always lay their egg together. They'll snuggle together in the little nesting box. It's
And they're not related. They're all different types of chickens, right?
2, and 2.
Oh, okay.
So they could be from, I think, the same.
Could be
flush.
siblings.
They could be in some of them related to the other, but
I think every family should have some form of like wildlife and chickens. Watch it, because you don't want the kids getting, you get a psycho kid once in a while who, can't handle an animal like that. But you get to learn about the human race through chickens.
Wait, you're saying this as like a psychological screening for humanity?
Exactly,
that
right.
Everybody.
And here's follow me. If
Why
you've
not
ever
just
had
cats
chickens-
and dogs?
And I never six is a lovely
They should be
number.
farm animals.
right?
Sure.
Now, if you have 6 chickens and they're all female, and you don't have a rooster in there, they live and they get along. But once in a while, you hear a noise. You go out there, and after a couple of days, one of the chickens is missing feathers in the back of its head because one chicken gets territorial, and the rest of them go nuts and attack that chicken. So
Really?
you have to be.
Did
a little
that happen
careful.
on your farm
No, it
as a
happens
kid?
all the time. Happens all the time. Yes.
It
Happens
sounds-
with people too. It's
know?
like bullying.
Yeah.
Right?
They put them back in line. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you need to talk about this therapeutically?
Yeah, I do, doctor.
Your experience
Yes.
with
You are a
these-
therapist.
I am technically.
Yeah.
a
So that means there's an
psychologist.
alpha chicken. Is what you're saying.
Sometimes, and if the rooster isn't there, which is usually the alpha chicken, then sometimes one of the other ones will take over.
Sometimes one does step up, and a
Yeah.
girl chicken can start to crow just
Yes.
to kind of take that place.
Oh,
They
And
make
you
loud
know,
noises. Yeah.
like a faux rooster.
yeah, or transgender. Thank you. Thank you.
Good one.
I'll be
Good
here
one.
all day.
Yes.
I made up a new word.
That's
I'm
right.
very funny.
I was going to say, a good name for a duck would be Duck Van Dyke. I would actually buy you a white duck if you would name it that.
Aw.
Ducks are more loyal than chickens too. Ducks will come when you call them. Chickens only come out when you feed them.
Do
your chickens come when you call them?
Absolutely, they
Okay,
do.
oh,
I do
nice.
not appreciate this anti-chicken propaganda. I don't even know.
Chickens might just be more independent, Brian.
Do they sit? That's true. Do they sit on your shoulder?
They do. They sit
They
in my
do?
lap. Like I'll sit
Oh,
in my
that's nice.
backyard, like writing notes for
Oh, I'm
work or whatever,
jealous
doing
now.
stuff, and they'll just come snuggle right up. To
Do
me
they like
and-
when you play music to them? For them?
I have actually done a music video in my coop for one of the songs I'm going to play today.
Okay. Well, animals love music, so why
They
not?
do, yeah.
I see videos of musicians playing music for cows. You spoke about cows,
I
and
see
cows
that
just
too.
love it. So why not the chickens?
It's true. It's true. It's really the language that brings us all together across the animal.
Make them lay more.
Aw.
When you sing to your chickens, is it always in English? Do you ever make chicken sounds with your chickens?
I do, and I also like to sing to them 90s rap songs, but I put the word hen or chicken in the lyrics instead.
Do you ever make the noise buck, buck, buck?
I might. I feel like I'm getting set up for a joke, though.
No joke.
Just sorry.
No joke.
You had a smirk. And I was
No,
like, what am I walking
just,
into?
it's very creative. I like the idea of.
Sarah Dunn, were you planning on playing the song that you just
I
mentioned?
was. Let's do
Okay,
that.
let's do that.
Okay.
So this is a song that the chickens like, or you wrote this for the chickens?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
You know, fortunately, they do tolerate. They tolerate it more than my children do. So
Are they on backing vocals on any of your songs?
they are in the music video. So if you go
Oh,
to
cool.
my
Okay.
my Facebook, but I think I should put it on my YouTube. I just started.
Yeah. So,
So here we go.
what's the name of the tune?
Talk about my chickens.
Talk About My Chickens, Sarah Dunn on Wow Radio CT.
Here we go. It's nice to meet you. I guess this is called a date. It's you and me and all the breadsticks on my plate. We'll talk about our families and where we grew up and where we went to school and jobs and all that stuff. I think it's really nice that you love your mom and how you and your roommates really get along. You like hiking, sushi, and the movies too. Well, there's something I'd rather talk about with you. Can we talk about my chickens now? Or how I want a mini Highland cow? Can we talk about my garden beds? Or how I'm looking at land to have homesteads? You've been going on for a while, and no, I think you're nice and like your smile. Can we talk about my chickens now? Can we talk about my chickens? Guess it's going fine because it's been a year. You take me to your family for Christmas dinner. I sit between your grandma and your cousin Steve, who sneezed and got a little bit of beans on my sleeve. I say bless your heart and you give me a look. You passed the bread politely but you understood. I smile and thank your auntie when she gives me a toaster, but this whole entire night is lacking in roosters. Can we talk about my chickens now? Or how I want a mini Highland cow? Can we talk about my garden beds? Or how I'm looking at land to have homesteads? Your family's oh so nice and sweet, and we all tasted my black-eyed peas. Can we talk about my chickens now? Can we talk about my chickens? You tell me to pack my bags and go on vacation. Off to London, Paris, Rome is our destination. You're acting kind of funny when you're in Versailles. You sneak into your pocket with a look on your eye. You tell me that you love me round the earth and sun, and how inside your heart you know that I'm the one. You get out a box and you get on one knee. Well, I hope inside that box is a baby chickie or three. But just say to me, can we talk about our chickens now? Can we have a mini Highland cow? Can we talk about our garden beds? Or how I'm looking at land to have homesteads? We got you 20 acres in Ohio, and I just started sourdough. Can we talk about our chickens now? Can we talk about our chickens?
Sarah Dunn. Can we talk about our chickens?
Can we?
On Wow Radio CT. So was any of that a true story?
The sneezing beans onto my sleeve.
I knew it. That was going to be my guess.
It was so gross.
I got
and-
such a visual from that line.
You know, and and everyone in that family is so lovely, but you're just there and you're just trying to smile, and you're sitting next to grandma on one side, who's like kind of like your project of the evening. Like you need to be in charge of talking to grandma to give her company. So you're just like, oh, and like, anyway.
Suddenly beans.
You know, and you brought them, so it's your fault in a way. Yeah, thanks.
So is that tune on the forthcoming album, or is that out?
You know, it's not out yet, and I think I'm gonna do it as a single because typically, a lot of my songs can be kind of more emo, like sad, kind of more.
All
So
right.
I
That
have,
one was upbeat.
It was upbeat, which is very unlike
sweet.
It's a song of courtship, actually.
me. It really is.
Yeah,
like
it
if
really
you want
was.
the way to my heart, you need to get with my
You
chickens.
go from my chickens to our chickens.
our chickens.
That's quite the journey in that song.
It is
I
quite.
didn't even get the hint about Grandma, who may or may not have good hearing in the ear closest to you.
You know, it's because, you know, I do love my job and I work in nursing homes. And so talking to older adults is always fun, especially in a non-clinical way where I don't have to ask like about your mental health. I can just ask you questions. And so I do often get parked with the grandma, which is an absolute pleasure. And then I don't have to think of anything to say to anybody else, which is.
Is music any part of your work in terms of the nursing home, music therapy type work?
Oh my gosh, I have the best job in the world. So I work for Connecticut Mental Health Specialists, and they are an agency that contracts mental health to nursing homes. Most nursing homes have contracted physical therapy physicians, everything else. So mental health there too, and so I can kind of build whatever program I want at different buildings. And so actually this Thursday for National Nursing Home Week, I'm bringing all of my instruments to do an instrument petting zoo. For the residents. So I have an accordion, I have a bass, I have my guitars.
It's like touch a truck,
Yes,
but it's touch an
Can
instrument.
you send us pictures of
I
this?
will absolutely. Yes, it's so much fun.
Are you going to put Google eyes on any of these instruments?
Only on myself.
Okay, all right.
Do you ever bring the chickens to work with you?
Okay, so we've been trying for a while
Therapy
to figure
chickens?
this out. I have thought about this, and we've been trying to work around. Like the Department of Public Health has this opinion
Tell them.
that people should be like hygienic and like birds pooping everywhere.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, what if I brought a tarp and they shot it down? I'm like, so I'm trying really hard. I'm like, what if I like put little like,
A diaper.
you know, bloomers on them?
Yeah.
Little
like,
masks.
Yes. So
Sure.
you know, it's a work
Little
in progress.
N95s on the chickens.
Oh, you will be the first to know if I ever.
Tell you another difference between chickens and ducks. Chickens will do it accidentally, poop on you. Ducks will do it
On purpose?
animosity.
And
Yeah. If you corner a duck, they'll turn around and let it go.
A little vicious?
Oh
Brian?
yeah, oh yeah. Ducks are smart.
And this,
Vengeful?
and so this is still part of your ducks are better than chickens.
No. I think they're in the same par. You're writing this down.
I am.
yes.
I need to make notes.
Ducks, greater sign. Chickens.
No. It's quite the opposite. Sorry. There we go. Now it's a math equation. It must be
No,
correct.
given all the points for each one, I think they're about the same. I would say it's a tie. Crows? I put a
Crows.
little higher on the evolutionary scale.
Yeah. Okay.
Very smart.
Yeah,
Very smart.
they can talk.
Really.
Still trying to get the chickens and the ducks.
And they
to
also
do
like
that,
to
yes.
poop on your car if you park under a tree.
Is that accidental or is it
No.
vengeful?
Have you ever
Absolutely
hypnotized
vengeful.
a chicken?
I think with my love and hugs.
Okay,
Have
all
you
right.
ever hypnotized a
Yes, not a duck, but chickens are.
How
Chickens
did-
are.
duck? Go on.
Very quickly, you have to look at. If you take your fingers, 2 fingers, and bring it back and forth in front of a chicken, and get the right rhythm, they will then become almost motionless.
Are they
How
just,
much time have you spent doing this?
Oh yeah, I've spent a lot of time doing that.
when you
Put
do
them
it?
up in trees.
Is this why you wear sunglasses? Because the chickens were doing it back to you.
Right, exactly. Yes, yeah. You don't want the chicken rays coming back. Yeah.
Sarah's going to go
Oh my
home and
goodness.
try
I
that.
tell you what,
I
put them on their
am.
back and do the fingers back and forth, and it gets them into such a relaxed mode. It's chicken hypnotism, and they'll stay on their backs.
They'll quit smoking.
You're going to come back and you're going to say, Brian, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and you know the smoking cessation is really critical for my chickens. They're teenagers, they're rebellious.
Yes.
You know,
It's a
problem.
Yeah.
and they're trying to say they don't, but anyway.
It's also expensive. It's an expensive habit.
And I don't know where they're getting the money. It's really.
Oh, that's another story. 5 before the top of the hour, we should break and do the
Is it?
weather forecast. We're going to have
Sure.
more live music from Sarah Dunn.
Can you bring a chicken in here at some point? No, wait. Does
Wait,
that
y'all have
qualify as a farm animal? Even
We
if
can
you live
discuss
in a,
that off the
right.
air.
You live
Our
in a,
engineer can't hear that.
Technically, it's not a farm if you live in a suburban house. It's
Right.
a backyard chicken.
It's a pet.
yeah.
Pet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be okay.
All right. Be hard to explain.
Say the magic word, please.
It's wow. Oh my gosh.
That's it.
I can't take you anywhere.
Thank you, Mary Lee. It is currently 73 degrees in Wallingford outside our studios here at Toyota of Wallingford, 71 in Hamden, and 68 in New Haven.
And down in Fairfield County right now, we are looking at temperatures that are just a little cooler outside right now. Wish I knew what they were. It is 62 degrees in Bridgeport, 72 in Waterbury. What a dichotomy.
Near the water, yeah. Where Mary Lee is, Port Charlotte, Florida, 87 degrees.
It's beautiful.
Good God, Sarah Dunn is with us. We're going to have at least 2 more songs from Sarah. We know that. Because if not, Brian has problems.
Oh, yeah, we need 3 songs.
You need 3
Correct.
songs. You
At
got
least,
it.
yeah.
I planned at least 5.
Yep.
So
We have
Okay. All
3
right.
minutes till the top of the hour, so that's probably not enough time for you to do a tune, is it?
no, sorry.
All right, we'll do it on the other
No,
side.
no,
of
right.
okay.
All right.
Time
Other side of the
constraints.
top of the hour.
All right.
All right.
So what should we do now?
We
Name some more chickens?
can talk about where Sarah Dunn is going to be playing next. For
Yes.
starters.
On the 23rd, I'll be at Spruce with Christina Meadows and Zach Anderson, and I think
Oh.
Gary Aronson as well.
We've had all of those
I
fine folks
know,
here.
I know. The cool kids are letting me sit at the table with them for
Oh.
a night.
Now, what is Spruce?
Where is Spruce? Yeah.
Spruce is on State Street in New Haven in the East Rock neighborhood. It used to be called Gather. It is an absolutely delightful little coffee shop with a really great bathroom. So
Good.
these
That's a
things
good way to
I
matter.
Good.
appreciate a good bathroom. Y'all have a very clean bathroom here, but the sink, like the spout, really confused me with like the soap, water, all in one situation. Anyway, so come.
Here's what bugs me about this now. Do you know if they have separate towels in the bathroom or do they have a machine?
Oh gosh, I reckon it's separate towels. Yeah.
It is? All right. Okay, good. Sometimes the machines have continuous roll that you've got to rip off and it gets stuck inside. But most of them have surfaces that aren't parallel to the floor, so you can't rest a drink on them.
This is a lot of considerations I had not.
Yeah, yes, it is.
I don't know why you'd
yes.
be having a drink in the bathroom.
Well, sometimes if you got to carry, you got a cup of coffee, you go to the bathroom, and
Well,
they don't want people leaving drinks in the bathroom. So even the top of the paper towel dispenser is sloped, so you
Just
can't
leave
put
it
a
on your
drink
table.
on it.
Yeah,
Don't
that's-
take it
I
with
know.
you, Brian.
That's basically the solution to this problem.
I'm sorry for your coffee
All right.
problems.
Sometimes you can take your jacket off when you're in the bathroom. You put it in the sink. It's got motion sensors, and the water comes on and gets your shirt wet or your jacket.
You've had a lot of bathroom
Yeah,
mishaps.
I've noticed
I
that,
just really
yes.
want to
Yep.
support you in this
Yep.
difficult time.
I appreciate bathrooms, whether they're commercial or residential, that have music or something in them.
Well, that's a good thing. You want to,
Yes.
you want to hear the music that's going on in the
Right, not just
restaurant.
that, but I
Yeah.
appreciate something that has like white noise or something, because eventually we're all adults here.
Something's going to happen, Brian.
Sounds are made in the bathroom that you don't want the people outside the bathroom to hear.
Like hiccups.
Hiccups,
Yes.
yes, or a belch.
And you just want to be polite, so you need to
Yeah,
have some
you
music
don't want
in the
people
bathroom.
hearing those. Or
Brian
food-
likes to
Yeah.
sing in the
right.
bathroom.
Or may I just say,
Right?
food poisoning may happen once in a while.
You
don't
know,
want people hearing those
we've all-
associated sounds.
We've all been there.
Yeah,
know.
you walk out, you go, oh.
Oh, we got more with Sarah Dunn coming up. Well, Radio CT.
Tickle, tickle. Oh,
Excuse me?
nothing.
I know you're over there having a conversation. I can't understand a word you're saying because I have speakers in my ears. So, what are you talking about?
We were
over
talking about birds and
chickens.
No, we moved on to ravens and crows.
Brian's very passionate about ravens and crows.
Nevermore.
That's your raven.
I think he's dating a raven.
Oh.
Are you dating a raven?
No, not that I know of. Ravens, crows to some degree, but ravens can mimic human speech. And there's a raven rehab center in Australia.
They're kind of like a parrot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the raven rehab people raised a raven, and when they would pet it and tickle it, they'd go tickle, tickle when they were raving it, petting the raven.
Mm-hmm.
Now this raven has picked up the words tickle, tickle, and uses them, repeats them when it's in a good mood and having fun. So if they're out for a walk and the raven is having a good time on the guy's shoulder, the raven looks around and goes, tickle, tickle.
Aww.
It's either cute or demonic.
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends
Tickle,
on.
tickle, tickle, tickle.
Is there a video of the tone of him doing of the
Yeah,
raven?
there's a video.
All right, so I need to
online.
hear that to distinguish
Decide.
whether it's creepy or cute.
Or nightmare fuel, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nightmare. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but that sounds very much like the African gray parrots that
Sure.
will mimic what people say.
Are you familiar with parrots, Sarah Dunn?
I am not. It sounds like you might be.
Parrots
sounds like you very well
parrots like attention, so they will often mimic not just human speech, but sounds that make
Oh, yeah.
humans pay attention to things, like a doorbell
Yep.
or the buzzer on a dishwasher.
Uh-huh.
I've got friends with African grays, and they make sounds like telephones because they know humans will come and pay attention to a
Pay
phone.
attention to it. Aw.
I used to have a friend that had an African gray, and she, just what you're saying, she and her husband would leave for work in the morning, and they'd hear, bring, bring, but it didn't sound like that. It sounded like the phone.
Oh.
Back when we had phones that
Yeah.
rang like that. Oh, somebody got to go back. And it was the bird,
Yep.
Aw.
and it would also mimic swear words and
I have heard one that
all
would
kinds of stuff like
mimic a
that.
swear
But
word. Yep.
yeah, had a way of making them
Sure,
come
yep.
back to their apartment. Because it had separation anxiety, or maybe just because it was being mean.
You
And
need some like parrot Prozac.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Myna birds can talk. Are you familiar with myna
I
birds?
don't know
All
myna
right.
birds. I'm learning this is quite the bird conversation.
it's Bird Talk with Sarah Dunn.
Well, hello, I'm now the crazy bird lady in my neighborhood. That would actually be awesome.
Sarah Dunn is here, and I think she's maybe ready to play another song for us.
Yes, let's go from
Or
birds.
run away.
Let's go from birds to pickles.
Fly away.
So, so last summer, I decided I wanted to make an application to be the Connecticut State Troubadour.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still out for deciding right now. And there's so many good people. Like I don't feel super strongly about it. However, I really like what I did. And I did a deep dive. Go on. I'm sorry.
Raising my
Yes,
hand
sir.
like I'm in
On the
school.
radio,
I have a question.
Yes.
How does that is that decided by vote, or does somebody just decide that you're the state troubadour?
There is a whole application process through like the Connecticut Department of Council of Arts or something like that. And right now it's Calla Farnham, who is a gorgeous human.
Right.
And yeah, she could not be a better person for it. But I wanted to just throw my hat in the ring to see
Sure.
what would happen. But the rule is you have to have one song about Connecticut. And I had 0 songs. And I'm also an anxious academic overachiever, so I wrote 10.
Could you come in someday? We can write one. We can collab on a
We
Connecticut
can.
song. I'd
We
love to do
can.
that.
Speaking of Kayla, she's coming in on Friday.
Oh, that's
Finally, we've been
fantastic.
having trouble getting her in here, but I think she's scheduled for Friday anyway. We'll
Ask
see.
her about her sound healing.
Sound healing.
Yeah, right?
boy.
It sounds like you could use some of that.
Sound healing.
But one of the things I learned about Connecticut last year was that there is a health code that says to be sold as a pickle in Connecticut, maybe you know this, it has to be able to bounce. And there was a 1948 this whole public health problem where these people were selling these gross pickles that were making people sick, and they had to have this like state health campaign, and the slogan was, if it doesn't bounce, don't eat an ounce.
If your pickle doesn't bounce,
Don't eat an ounce. And
Don't
I
eat
thought,
an
I swear we'd had this story, but a long time ago.
and it's a fact. And so I looked it up. It is true. It is a public health code. And I wrote a song about it. So hold tight. You're about to hear about the
Make
pickles.
sure your pickle bounces.
Make sure your pickle bounces. Like, get
I feel like I might be
angry
high right
at
now.
that charcuterie.
I think this should automatically make you state troubadour.
If nothing else,
Right,
the
Brian?
troubadour of Hamden.
The weirdest conversation I've ever had in my life all of a sudden.
Wait for the next one then.
Sarah Dunn on Wow
Here we
Radio
go.
CT.
Let me tell you the case. Back in 1948, there were a couple of guys trying to pull a fast one. Sparrow and Dexler make pickles not fit to be ate. Unfit for human consumption was the accusation. Just don't eat an ounce if it doesn't bounce. Tell me that you won't eat an ounce if it doesn't bounce. To know your pickle is safe, bouncing it is the way. Drop your pickle and watch it ricochet. To know your pickle is sound, hold it 12 inches off of the ground. And drop your pickle and watch it rebound. Just don't eat an ounce if it doesn't bounce. Tell me that you won't eat an ounce if it doesn't bounce. Pickles are our bread and butter, a really big deal. You gotta relish every crunchy bite with a kind of zeal. You gotta put your pickle to the test, or folks from Connecticut won't rest until your pickle bounces. We know that it's for real. UFOs in Litchfield Sea, Groton's got a big submarine, and Shady Pickles got the people turning green. And big things around the world, but in case you haven't heard, pickles got the bounce respect that they deserve. Just don't eat an ounce if it doesn't bounce. Tell me that you won't eat an ounce if it doesn't bounce.
Sarah Dunn.
Oh my gosh. I'm so red.
Now, so what do you call that? Is it the pickle song?
It is the
Or-
pickle
it is.
song.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, so I had this idea to do a lyric video, and I made the grave mistake of putting bouncing pickles, the words bouncing pickles, into an AI image generator. And the terrifying horrors that came out of that are things that I am still recovering from. I talk about them with my
I need to try that at home
No,
tonight.
you do not. No, I mean, well, maybe at the same time that you look up the raven going tickle tickle, and then you can have nightmares all night.
Okay,
So,
all
yeah.
right. So bouncing pickle on
Bouncing
AI is not a good
AI
thing.
image generator, yes.
Hear that, kids?
Things you can't unsee, but at least it's not drugs.
I need a nap or something right now to bring myself back to reality.
No, you
I'm not
don't. I know what
grounded.
you need.
I'm not grounded right now.
I know what you need.
What do I need?
You need a third song.
I think. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. So,
Something's wrong with my world. I can't breathe all of a sudden. Do you have an EpiPen on you?
Gosh, I have an inhaler.
Sarah,
What kind?
we have
Oh,
eggs.
jeez.
Would you like some
I have
eggs?
eggs. I don't know,
Ew.
but no, something's wrong, Pam. What is it?
Brian has a little issue. Sarah, I don't know if this came up when
Oh,
you were
boy.
here the last time, but
Oh, the thing for the antibiotics?
Mm.
Oh, no, different. Sorry.
3 songs.
Okay.
He needs to hear 3 songs.
Okay.
Otherwise, this gets worse, basically.
It's
Do you have anything Pepto-Bismol?
You
or-
have the itis. Well, I might have a third
He
song.
has the itis,
Okay.
that's
All
true.
Yes. Well, being that it's National Pie Day, let me sing a
Yes.
song about pies. So I was sitting on my stairs a couple months ago, and I was writing some sad song, I'm sure. And my youngest is making a key lime pie in the kitchen and goes,
Ooh.
"Mom, can't you just write a happy song?" And I was like, "What would you like me to write a song about?" And of course I said pie. And that's when you're about to learn something about
Well,
me.
okay, so far we've heard 2 happy songs.
This
So,
would be another
Ugh,
happy
happy.
song.
Yeah,
I know.
happy.
but what's
poo.
up with, why are you saying that your songs are all unhappy?
Well, you know what? I feel very happy in your presence.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Yeah, could you bring us down?
We can change that in a second if
Yeah.
I will bring you down later, but right now let's sing a pie. A pie
you bum us out.
So here's the truth, and I sing the song differently at home than I do in public. So you're about to find out.
Okay. Is this the home version?
This
then?
is going to be the public version, so that you can
okay.
hear. Yeah,
All
I'm not
right.
going to.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
Sarah
no, it's
Dunn,
okay.
on Wow Radio CT.
Fruity, tangy sweetness in a crumble crust embrace. Holding in the goodness that you just can't wait to taste. Groupity and mushy soaking into all the space. Hey, hey, everybody likes pie, except me. Chocolate mousse or pecan or a creamy key lime pie. Rhubarb's really strawberry, a tricky little lie. Blueberry or boysenberry, tangy from the vine. Hey, hey, everybody likes pie, except me. And I think it's the crust, so here's a verse about crust. Let's see. Get the flaky, savory, or graham cracker is crucial. Flour, sugar, butter, now you got yourself a streusel. Wrap a crust around it, now you made it into strudel. Hey, hey, everybody likes pie, except me. Now this next part is a series of facts about pie that I got from the internet, so you know that they're true. My favorite of which is that 5% of people admit to eating pie in bed.
No!
And I see you freaks, I know who you are. Pie will wrap around the world, the internet has said. Roman Empire, Thanksgiving, to every culture spread. Pie for breakfast, pie for lunch or dinner or in bed. Hey, hey, everybody likes pie, except me. Circumference to diameter, you get your pie in line. 3.14159. Mathematicians get really irrational for pie. Hey, hey, everybody likes pie, except me. Let's get a little bit dirty here. 8 inches, 10 inches, 12 inches more. Size of pie matters when you want more, more, more. If you get it homemade or you get it from a store, a shopper from your grandma or a friend or from a whore. Hey, hey, everybody likes pie, and sex workers deserve our respect.
Sarah Dunn in the pie song.
The pie
Okay, do you really
song.
not like pie?
I just don't know. I've tried.
Any kind?
Any kind. It's just not my
You
cup
said
of
it's
tea.
not. It's the crust you don't
It
like.
might be the
That's
crust.
the best part.
Sarah, can we?
Sarah
Do you,
Dunn.
do you eat this in bed?
You're
Never. I don't eat.
Like, nobody's perfect, and pie is just not enough for me.
I don't eat in bed. That's gross.
Oh, really?
No.
Ever, never?
No.
Oh, I
No.
live by myself, and it's one like.
I like to do other things.
Hey,
Honey.
not mutually exclusive. What? So, yes, sir.
Let's get clinical for a minute here. How do you, when you say you don't like pie, define pie.
Yeah. See, Brian really can't handle this, right?
Well, I mean,
No.
there's
Do you
many
like
different-
cake?
I do like cake.
Okay. So
Cake's
it's
all right.
pie.
Yeah, cupcakes are better than cake. I think.
Define pie you don't like.
So it's the any
Well,
pie?
I mean, I
I mean, I was going to say,
Blueberry?
is it 3.14 you don't like? You know, you're doing
I
play
do
on
like
words.
the number.
You do like the number. It's a
But
nice
as far
number.
as like the food, you know, like,
But the
like
pie
with the crust
itself.
and the filling and or things on top of some of them
right.
don't have anything on top. Like a chocolate mousse doesn't have a
I want you to
crust on
just,
top.
just relax for a minute.
Okay.
Was there ever anybody in your life that also didn't like pie?
or someone named Pie
Somebody
that
you
you didn't
admired?
get along
Did you ever
with?
read The Life of Pi?
Does this go
That's a
back to my
book.
childhood?
It's about a guy in a boat with a tiger. Life of Pi.
That
That's
might have been a
different story,
traumatizing
What about
experience.
quiche?
Yeah, but let's talk about the pie
Yeah,
itself.
not so
Breakfast
much.
Does it remind you of somebody from your past?
I think it goes back to my childhood. I was born at a very young age, and it has really traumatized me ever since. And there might have been pie involved.
Were you ever involved in a pie fight?
Like a pie in the face situation, like
Yeah.
a bullying
Yeah.
dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I really can't say where my
Did you-
personal.
Did you perhaps ever eat a pie that was past its expiration date?
Oh, got sick from a pie. I like
Yeah.
your clinical perspective here, like
Yes.
all
I'm
the
just,
things
just,
I could.
Just going around the edges first to kind of narrow down why
Something
it is.
that's hidden
Around the
away in your
crust.
brain that you
Yes,
don't. Yeah, you're
right.
not aware of.
I'm not aware of. You know, I really appreciate this, like a psychodynamic. Like,
Yeah,
what does
yeah.
pie represent? Is it my mother? Is it my father?
Well, there, yeah.
Have you ever had a dream about pie?
you know, I actually have had a dream.
Have you had?
Have
And-
you ever had a
Okay,
dream
okay,
about
we're,
pie?
we're getting somewhere.
We're getting
Oh,
somewhere,
of
okay.
Well,
course,
what
yes.
was happening in that
Of course.
dream?
Did the pie, gut instinct, first reaction, did the pie represent anybody? Go.
5th grade teacher.
5th grade teacher. all
Yes,
right.
orchestra teacher. Mrs. G.
Okay,
She
Mrs.
played the
G.
cello.
G.
All right.
Do we like Mrs. G?
We loved
If she's
Mrs.
still
G.
alive, will she be
I
suing
don't
us?
know. I'm trying to remember what her whole name was. She was just
Okay.
Mrs. G.
Why did the pie remind you of Mrs. G? Smell, perhaps?
Maybe they're both
Was she
so
eating?
wholesome.
She was
eating?
crusty.
Was she? Was she?
She was so sweet and nice. There's no reason why this
Okay.
lady
Brian,
All
she
right.
was sweet as pie.
Sweet as
Sweet
pie.
as pie.
That's
Yeah.
nice,
Gravy.
nice pie.
It's
You don't want the
true.
mincemeat pie, though. That's just, ugh.
No,
see,
that just
that's
makes me think
gross.
of
Ugh.
Sweeney Todd. You don't
Oh,
want
No, you don't want
pies.
that.
that doesn't qualify as a pie.
How long has this aversion to pie, this anti-pie attitude, how long has this been prevalent? Did you eat pie when you were a child? Was there a certain date at which you stopped eating pie? Was it a gradual change or an evolution?
I appreciate your commitment to my psychological pathology.
Yes.
I do really embrace as a grown-up. I was always told when you're a grown-up, you can eat whatever you want.
Yeah, of course.
And I no longer have to eat things like the crust on bread if I don't want to,
Sure, right,
or a
right.
vegetable, though I do. But that's now a choice. And I think that I just don't have to eat pie anymore if I'm just not really my thing. If I'm going to have only so much real estate in my stomach, it's not going to be for pie. It's
you eat
just-
sandwiches.
I do eat
All right,
sandwiches.
all right. What's your favorite filling in a sandwich?
Tuna.
Tuna.
And you take the crust off the bread?
Sometimes.
So it's a crust thing, Brian.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I just one more quick question about sandwiches. Do you cut them diagonally or in half? Diagonally would be in half, but
Diagonally is
From-
by far the better cut. Yes.
right from longer parallel sides, so you
Yes.
diagonally, so you
Oh, yeah.
create two more or less not right angle. Well, yeah, two right
Triangles,
Okay,
yeah.
right,
yeah.
all right.
They're
Okay.
acute.
Do you ever have any fruit filling in those sandwiches? Like you ever eat a jelly
like
sandwich?
a jelly sandwich, and that seems pie adjacent.
Yes, it does because you've basically got a crust and a fruit filling.
Pie adjacent, yes.
Pie Jason, right?
And yet I struggle.
And yet no crust. So there you go. That's the difference.
And isn't there that car movie where he says no crust?
No crust?
No crust, isn't that like a Fast and the Furious?
I don't
Oh,
remember that.
That I don't know. Okay,
think
we'll
that's
have
the only
to
part I
study
paid
that.
Look
attention
that
to.
up, Brian.
We'll get one of our researchers to check that out.
Yes, your
Yes.
gaggle of researchers
Yeah.
here.
All these people here that do research for us.
Is it? Just one more thing. Is it the shape of the pie? If it were a square pie and you had a square of pie instead
Like a
of a
Pop-Tart?
slice, yeah.
Oh, or like a brownie, really. I really have to say.
You gave me a little weird look when you said brownie. Are those also?
Oh no, brownies are delicious.
Okay, all right, so-
But yeah, I guess no, it does not matter the shape.
What if it were a brownie pie?
Well, that's a brownie.
Sure, but it's round and you've cut it like
In a
pie. You
crust.
still eat it.
It would have to have a crust to be a pie, right?
I feel like this is a semantic game you
What
were playing
about
with
Boston cream pie? That's chocolate in a crust. No, you're not okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but the
All right.
round shape is a comforting, motherly,
me. It is.
shape.
And
Doesn't
why
like
not men as well? The
chocolate.
round,
Yes.
pleasant shape.
Yes, just a
Cream pie.
peaceful shape.
It is. It's very gentle.
Yeah,
No sharp edges.
right. It's
Yeah.
infinity if you keep going around the edge.
And that's a good way to have pie. Just keep going around and never right in the middle. Yeah.
Brian, I don't think you've gotten to the bottom of
No, we haven't
why
gotten to the-
Sarah Dunn doesn't like
We
pie.
haven't gotten to the crux of the biscuit of the pie yet.
No,
It is really a lifelong question. I just
Yeah.
don't really care for pie. It's,
Really.
yeah.
her pie journey.
I feel like our friendship is a little like on the rocks right now.
No, I'm accepting of all. You know,
No judging.
we're
Right.
very inclusive
Oh.
here. Pie and no pie.
No judging. What is your favorite dessert, Sarah Dunn?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Mm-hmm. You?
Okay. Not out on that. Yeah, that's good.
Have you ever been to Dairy Queen?
Oh, yeah, I have been to Dairy Queen. Have you?
Yes.
Do they have pies there?
Yeah, they can get ice cream pie. Would
Yeah,
you eat
there's
an
ice cream pie.
Uh,
That's right.
Well, see, now you're questioning your whole pie demeanor.
I mean, I've had ice cream cake, which is delicious.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Flying
Ice cream.
saucers are kind of like little ice cream pies,
Yeah.
ice cream cookies.
Flying saucers like UFOs?
The dessert type
Yeah.
with they have a top and a bottom like wafer,
Oh.
and then the chocolate and ice cream in between.
Oh,
So it's
interesting.
like a
Yeah.
flying
Maybe your
saucer.
Carvel flying saucer.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know this. That sounds
Yeah,
delicious.
it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Ashley's has a ice cream pie.
They do.
They do.
And how
yeah.
do you feel about
And you're
that?
good with that?
No, I get the ice
No.
cream cake. Because why would I get something that when there's something infinitely better? Right?
If we were to give you a small morsel of food, would you know it was from a pie or from a cake?
I probably wouldn't, but I could see the gleam in your eye.
Okay.
And I would know that you were up to mischief.
If there was crust on it, she
Right.
would know.
If we gave you a core sample of pie, perhaps cylindrical in shape, and said, "Eat this," If you ate it and liked it, but then we told you it was a core sample from a pie, would it become a negative thing?
I just had a great idea. So Alyssa's Cakery.
We know it well.
Oh, yes. I owe like 3 dimples in my thighs to that.
She
her
has
place.
been up here a few times.
I think we were here on the same day, and that's how I first got.
Okay, I think so.
Oh my gosh, those. Anyways, those cake pops. I tell you what, you have to order in advance, by the way. So why don't we have Alyssa and me back, and we can do a science experiment?
I think that's a good idea.
That's a great idea, and we
that's
can
what
really
I'm
see
pushing
about
for, right?
my mental disambiguation of where my love lies with the pie.
No argument here,
Science.
and I'm sure Brian wouldn't argue either.
I think he's texting Alyssa right
We're going
now.
to get to the bottom of this.
We need to take a break. It's 25 past the
Would it-
hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Would it frighten you if you became on the positive pie side of life?
I'm
Is that a
always
journey?
open to change.
Okay, that's good. We've made some progress here. We need another 50 minute hour on this.
Wasn't
but
that a
we're all
Monty Python song? Always look on the
set. Always look on the pie side of
pie
life.
side of life. All right, let's check the weather, take care of a couple messages, then more with maybe we can convince the non-pie eating Sarah Dunn to do another song for us.
Would that be possible? We
very
go into number 4.
We can.
All right, good.
Do you have any other pastry songs?
Let me write one real quick.
We've had chicken, pickle, and pie.
Oh, it's been very food oriented.
Very food, yeah, which is perfect. Magic word.
Wow. Got it.
Wow, thanks, Mary Lee. Currently, it is 72 degrees in Wallingford outside our studios here at Toyota of Wallingford, 71 in Hamden, 68 in New Haven.
And let's see, Bridgeport is still at 62 degrees. And Waterbury, 72 degrees. Look at that. 72. Waterbury's beautiful
Perfect
right now.
weather for eating pie. Well, Radio CT, it is half past the hour.
Do you know what the novelty items in Dairy Queen are?
Do tell.
If you buy ice cream on a stick, most people call it ice cream on a stick. It's the dilly bar.
Yes.
The dilly bar.
Why?
I don't know why.
Why not?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, we were talking about
Dilly bar.
we were talking
Dilly.
about buying treats at Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Cakes, ice cream cakes, and
Yeah.
the other thing.
But what does dilly have to do with?
Maybe
Well,
it's someone's name.
when you go
Dilly.
there to Dairy Queen to buy something, you can go where the ice cream cakes are, but then they have the boxes of take-home treats, and they're called dilly bars. I have
Why?
no idea. I have no
Why?
I don't
My
know.
question is why?
I don't know why. Watch it, Sarah.
Why?
She
Go
gets-
straight
she-
to the source.
she-
Explain it to me.
She's going to ask you who you are and what do you want.
It's a dilly of a question. Sarah Dunn is with us.
Hi. Hi. So I have a couple more songs if you want
Okay,
to do
all
that.
right.
One of them though is really interesting, and I thought this might be fun. I have a song that's almost finished, but it needs a line, and I thought maybe y'all could make a
Aha.
suggestion and just see if it works when I sing it. I'll put your line in there, and we'll see
right.
how it goes.
you
Brian will
going-
have a few good
Are you
ones.
going to read us the lyrics without song, or are you going to sing it and just leave that last line empty?
Oh, it could go either way. It might be fun, almost like a Mad Libs.
Yeah, fill in.
Just put something.
Fill in the
the blank.
limerick.
Yeah.
So it needs to rhyme with the E sound.
E's the long
So a
E.
sentence that ends with an E, like a short
E.
sentence.
What's the word that has to rhyme with? Can
Has
you
to rhyme
tell
with
us that?
feet.
Feet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sweet. So what's something?
Treat.
Seat.
Sweet treat or
Neat.
Okay.
Treat.
All right. So like a sentence that ends.
Wheat.
Okay. So,
Complete.
oh, okay. So what would be complete about the sweet treat and your seat?
Well, if it doesn't have crust and it's not
Bleat.
a pie.
I hope your seat does not have crust. That would be like really
Oh, now I'm intrigued.
about crust chairs.
No, I got to hear what this line could
Eat.
be.
Well, no. You have to make it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eat.
Eat.
We can do that now, today?
Yeah. Right now.
All right.
So something that ends with eat. So
Sheet.
So a sentence that would end in sheet, like, I'm putting sheet. I'm on my bed. I put my sheets,
Okay.
or whatever you might want. Or
I can't wait now.
I went to the store to get a treat.
I went to the store to get a treat. Is that what you want to do? All right.
Oh, you want us to write the lyric
Yeah.
before we
Yeah,
hear
Mad
the song?
Libs it, yeah.
Oh,
Just gonna throw something in there.
Yeah.
I
so
see.
what do you want it to be?
This is
I-
dangerous now.
Mad
Yeah,
Libs style.
I know.
Okay, and then my life would be complete.
And then my life would be. Aw.
She looked at me like I was a piece of meat.
All right. Which one do you want?
I like it, and then my life would be complete.
My life would be complete.
Uh-huh.
Complete. All right. Let's see. Actually, that's really pretty. Let's try it.
Then I ran down the street. Now, see, that's childish. All right.
Well, so this is more sad. Hold my breath a minute more. I'm standing in line in the store. Paper bags and metaphor, the soot that's on my feet. Hollow like a robin's bone, I check for messages on my phone. Nothing new, a sad trombone, my life would be complete. I walk outside and smell the smoke that worked. Cigarettes a year ago. Something in my chest just broke, a pressure in between. Summer air and soft and slow, your voice and hands and how we'd go upstairs and close the bedroom door when it couldn't have been me. And hey, I loved you, but I kept that to myself. And hey, I lied and thought for sure you always knew. And hey, it's something never spoken by neither, and the smell of smoke still brings me back to you. That worked out really well. You always turned your face ahead, kept the fire warm and red. Back in your yard we'd pretend now you are gone tonight. Smoke wraps round me like your arms. things. And what you said, you meant no harm. A fireplace still holding stars, and everything is quiet. And hey, I loved you, but I kept that to myself. And hey, I lied and thought for sure you always knew. And hey, it's something never spoken by you neither. And the smell of smoke still brings me back to you. You last looked at me like you knew, and maybe you were lying too. I stayed quiet, scared to move, and neither made a sound. 3 months gone by, smoke still brings memories of sweetest things. Keeping time in summer strings, what I couldn't say out loud. And hey, I loved you, but I kept that to myself. And hey, I lied and thought for sure you always knew. And hey, it's something never spoken by you neither. And the smell of smoke still brings me back to you. The smell of smoke still brings me back to you. Oh, you guys are no songwriters.
Very nice.
Oh my gosh, that worked
Sarah
out really well.
Dunn. You know what I like about that? I said the word complete, and Brian put it in the sentence. So we both had a part in
teamwork.
that
Yes,
line.
And
that
now
nice.
you'll be in the liner on the CD.
And what's the name of the song?
I don't know yet.
Complete?
Smoke? How about Pam and Brian rock?
Now, could you sing the part with that line in it? Just that one line?
Sure. Let me
Yeah.
find it for you.
Just so everybody knows and hears it once again.
Once again, yeah, you just really want to have that in your heart, right?
Sure.
Put that on your tombstone.
Hollow like a robin's bone, I check for messages on my phone. Nothing new, a sad trombone, and my life would be complete. Yeah,
All right, it
you're
works.
famous.
I like that.
Look at you.
I like
Excellent.
Aw,
that. Yeah.
Excellent.
thank you.
Lennon McCartney. Dunn,
Yeah.
Dunn, Landry, and Smith.
Yeah.
I know. It's like
Yeah.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah,
really.
very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're leaving on a jet plane.
I like that feature. Fill in the line.
Yeah.
Fill in the line.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next time I'm stuck on a line, I'll definitely ask you.
So did you tell me the truth? You had a line for that.
No, look in my email to myself on the date of April 21st. I
Get
last
outta
emailed
here.
myself the song, and I just still haven't had a line for it. And I was like, I really like this song. It's one I haven't yet played out anywhere. So you're first time hearers of the song, and yeah, I was like, oh, I don't have a line.
It's beautiful.
And then I just thought, well, wouldn't it be funny if I put
Let
them
them
on
do
the
the
spot?
work. Yeah.
Yep.
I like it. Good work, Brian.
Yeah, y'all are quite the team.
We did it.
Okay.
So
feel like
May
we should-
May 23rd, your next appearance at Spruce
At
on
Spruce.
State Street in New Haven.
Yes.
State Street.
Might you do that audience participation there too?
Well, now
I think that's great.
I feel it's a little official now.
Okay. How
I mean,
about another song?
Now you got to write another song.
I
Leave a
do.
line out of it.
And it'll become my thing. I'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, everybody, we're writing
Yeah.
this song every time. Sure, let's do my most recent polished one. So I recently, I might go ahead.
Oh, I meant, would you do that at Spruce?
Oh,
Audience
no.
participation? No.
I mean, I wouldn't for that, but I do
Okay.
have songs. I mean, the pie song. Usually, everyone will say 3.14159 with me, and in the chicken song, I'll often tell people in advance there's a chicken solo break, and everyone in the audience goes, "Buck, buck, buck." People are really good sports.
That's good. I love that.
I thought it might be a little weird to do with you, but
Oh, no, not at all. We just want some of the rights to the song, right,
I'm trying
Brian?
to think what could be too weird for the show.
or even the pie song when I sing about pecan, I'll stop before that verse and I'll say, "Okay, everybody practice the word pecan." And there's always some bum in the audience who's like, "Pecan," and I'm
Pecan.
like, "You're a Yankee snub."
Pecan.
Pecan. It's pecan. So I do a lot of audience participation, for better or for worse.
Sarah Dunn, do we have time for one more song?
We do. Let's do it. In my boring life where I like to read books in bed by myself at night with tea and my cats, I was reading this book called Ruin, which is a series of short stories that are science fiction. And at the end of one of the stories, I was like, I'm not really sure what just happened in the last 30 pages, but I enjoyed it immensely. And it made me made me think of to write a song about the concept.
I really liked it. I have no idea what it was.
I have no idea, but I'm going to now read the next story.
It was great.
Kind of like watching an Eastern European film from the 1970s.
Or
actually.
listening to this show sometimes. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Let's see. Walk down to the riverbed where the dogwood trees don't speak. I carved your name into the sand, which the river took away by 3. So I found a way to make it stay where something fierce allowed. I wrote your name in gunpowder just to hear it said out loud. The sky lit up with an amber light and the smoke curled like your hair. I watched it fade into the dark like you were never there. And the fire didn't bring you back, but it spoke truth to the sound. I wrote your name in gunpowder just to hear it said out loud. It burned like all the letters that I never got to send. It crackled like your laughter when you said this was the end. And you said I was foolish, and I said you were wrong. But I wrote your name in gunpowder so it couldn't be undone. Folks say grief is made for time, but mine is made for flame. I watched your letters disappear, and the shot bang was your name. And the fire didn't bring you back, but it lit up in the night. I stood there with my shaking hands, and babe, you were the sight. It burned like all the letters that I never got to send. It crackled like your laughter when you said this was the end. And you said I was foolish, and I said you were wrong. But I wrote your name in gunpowder so it couldn't be undone. I never was the steady type, but I loved you like a storm. And now I carry matches with me just in case I need to be warm. It burned like all the stories that I never got to tell. It flickered like a shadow, and it vanished in the spell. And maybe it's forever, and maybe you're long gone. But I wrote your name in gunpowder so it couldn't be undone. I wrote your name in gunpowder, and now I'm moving on.
Very nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Sarah Dunn, thank
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. What a treat.
So good. Treat to have you here.
A treat, kind of like a pie or a cake.
Rhymes with feet.
Let's go with cake. Let's
go
for
with
your
cake.
sake, let's go with cake.
You are cake.
Complete
it is true.
treat. And say hi to the chickens.
I surely will. Thank you all so very much.
Could you bring a chicken in here sometime?
I will. I'll smuggle
Could
it
you
in.
smuggle it in? Do you have a large purse?
Let's ask for forgiveness and not permission.
Yes, exactly. We're good for that. That's often our mantra here.
We do have restrictions against barnyard animals, but
Yes, I heard about the goat.
yeah,
They barely
the
let
goat-
us in.
I heard about the goats.
The goat left souvenirs that are still being cleaned up to this day.
Yeah. Who are you going to be once again with at Spruce on State Street in New Haven on May 23rd?
Zach Anderson, who is a delight, and I think it's his birthday.
He has been here many times.
He is a gem of a human. He is absolute, just like peanut butter and jelly. And sorry, that's me just wanting to smush his cheeks. And then Gary Aronson from 77 Apes.
also has been here.
Yes, and they're doing Battle of the Bands at Toad's Place in June, which I highly recommend everybody going out to support his band. And then Christina Meadows will be there. And I've
Who has
never
also been here.
Yeah, and I've never played with her before, so that's going to be really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to bring them all back in here. Christine cooks right down the road here. She works at Dad's.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very good.
very cool. Oh, I didn't know she. I guess I just like her music so much. I assume other people, that's just what they do.
That's what they do.
That's what you do. And
That's
I'm like,
what
oh, you also cook.
Everybody has a day job these days, too.
I know.
So is this
Yeah.
the Songwriters Circle that you're doing?
Oh,
Or is that something else?
that might be something else.
Okay. Because I'm looking on the Spruce Coffee and I didn't see the date on there. So
It just
But
got
it
decided today.
is May 23rd. Oh, so
Yes.
hot off the press.
Hot off the press. It
Very
was just
cool.
a group
All right.
text
Very
at
cool.
11:30 before I drove over. So
Holly tells us Zach Anderson is coming here. He'll
He
be on
is.
our show on May 27th.
Which I believe is
Oh.
his actual birthday.
oh,
Because
I mean-
yeah, he texted that he was, I think I'm coming in on my birthday. Like,
perfect.
great. Yeah.
That is wonderful.
Thank you so much
Thank
once
you
again.
so much. You guys
Sarah,
are wonderful. I
always a
really
pleasure to
appreciate
have
your
you
time.
here.
All right, guys. Have
Well,
one-
and I'm also writing down ideas for our songwriting workshop that's going to open now, too.
I like the sound of
Yeah,
that.
Mad Libs and everything. That's great. Thank
Yeah.
you, Sarah
all right,
Dunn.
thank you so much.
Sarah Dunn, ladies and gentlemen, on the main
Well,
stage.
Radio CT.
Sarah Dunn.
Oh, y'all.